just because you expect a guy to play at a high level, that doesn't mean you can't appreciate when they do. You're trying to find different ways to move around, and you want four of them, five of them, and how can you put him in situations that he can make plays for and have an impact? And the answer is basically anywhere. But you're trying to move the target a little bit at times, but now playing at a high level, and he should, and it's certainly a good time of year to do that.
Even though he was an offensive guy, can you just talk about just processing the loss of Travis Dye in real time and having to get it together?
Yeah, well, he's such a good, guy for the locker room, and that he's a good person. But I mean, just from a football standpoint, a guy plays the way that you wish you had 11 on both sides of the ball playing that way all the time. Just so impressive how he runs and how he works, and the respect level that in a short period of time, and I guess we're in the transfer generation, but just in a short period of time, the respect level that both players and coaches have for that man is couldn't be any higher. So you're just sick to your stomach for a guy like that. He gives up his body, and unfortunately he didn't get up from that one. So love the dude, and wish hopefully it's not the last of them.
What did you like the best about what your defense did tonight?
Yeah, hard to quantify. I thought there was stretches of the time playing well. I thought third downs were kind of marked improvement. Some opportunities to get some pressure on the quarterback. Obviously, an opportunity to get a couple of takeaways. And I still think there's some other opportunities out there. And there's a lot of plays that we got to diagnose, and there's still too many plays that get started. I think we've had this conversation going back to spring. Defensively, you have to, if they get every play started in the backfield, meaning they get to the line of scrimmage, it's difficult when they spread you out, like all offenses do now. It's very difficult to be a lead in the run game. And so, I thought there was more opportunity for us to have an impact in terms of just penetrating, disruptive play in the defensive front. And so from a negative standpoint, I was fairly displeased with that.
How big was it to show this kind of progress coming into the next year?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, you love to leave every game and feel great that hasn't been our reality. Not completely surprised that hasn't been our reality, But then I think also too is you got to be honest with yourself. Whether it's situational defense, whether it's not finishing games, what exactly took place, as opposed to just the generic, well, we didn't play well. That doesn't move the needle. There's no, how do you correct that? And so the last couple of weeks, one of the big emphasis is we showed them, the stats, to kind of back us up, is that not finishing ball games, and then not playing well. We're just midway through the third quarter a couple weeks ago in Arizona, or last week, obviously, 20 points on 4. Where'd that come from? And one part of it is giving the credit to your opponent, but no, I thought there were some good things tonight. Certainly was. We're going to have a great week of practice. I think number one, as always, to be 9-1 sitting here in November. Don't ever take that for granted, man. We certainly won't. But no, for us to finish, our best football better be in front of us.
Slight shuffle in the secondary. Max got the nickel start tonight. Can you just talk about what it looked like on the back end for you guys?
Yeah, no, Max had been a guy for us that got a little bit banged up tonight, but kind of similar to the conversation we have about Tuli, where you want him at this spot and you want him at that spot, and the number one, you don't want him off the field. And so, it's trying to find that, the right mix of guys, and then putting guys in a position that they can be playable and make plays for you. And so that's something we'll continue to look at.
Do you expect Max to be out for a long time, or that?
I don't. But obviously we'll see what wasn't able to get back in there tonight. So we'll see over the next hopefully 24 hours to kind of get some ideas.
Tuli added to his national league sack total. What is the most special?
I didn't see the stats. How many do you have?
2.5.
2.5. Awesome.
What's the most special quality about the pass rusher?
Yeah, I mean, just the ability to do it both from a physical standpoint and a speed standpoint. He's one of those guys that just has that mentality, and every single snap he's going to get home. And it's noticeable. And you expect, and then again, we expect it to. We had that conversation just a minute ago. Is just because you expect him to have it, you still want to appreciate what the guy does for you. He just works his tail off. Me again, hasn't missed a practice, hasn't missed a rep, doesn't want to come out of the game. just goes about his business, and he's an elite dude, man. And so excited for him, and obviously excited for us.
Let's do one more here.
We saw Korey Foreman a little bit more tonight. What do you think of how he played?
Yeah, there's some good things. I mean, there's some opportunities that out there for all of our guys to trying to find the playmakers, and that's been one of the things over the probably this last stretch of games where you just there's no reality where they make plays we don't. And you're looking at the stats at the end of the game, and and also kind of talking about not finishing. You said, well, because stats go to a point at halftime, and all of a sudden those stats disappear. Well, it's not real hard to figure this thing out, right? If we didn't get those takeaways early in the season, if we don't make those plays in the sacks early in the season, well, the same thing would happen then too. So anyway, just constantly trying to find ways to stimulate guys to make plays and find those individuals that will, and then also from that they got to be consistent. And so it was good to see him make some plays for us, and he's a guy that we have our expectations have not been met, and I think his expectations for himself have not been met, and that's a good thing. That he expects to play better, and it's good. I'll move the needle a little bit tonight, so that's a positive. We'll take that.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.